Noble here, and we're going to be playing some Starcraft. And it was a interesting day for me. And what we're going to be doing is I will be showing you the tutorial on how to play Protoss. Not how to play, but the basics. As I did my 10 tutorial, this is the other one. And well, Protoss, like all the other three races, is played really differently. So, 1 second. 1 second. Let me turn the graphics on to. Oh, what? Oh, Oh, there we go. Medium. Okay. Sorry. I'm uploading my videos to YouTube. Okay, let's play. Ready and go. So, Protoss, instead of workers, they have probes, which are these guys. These workers. This is a new map that is recently on the ladder.
You have not enough minerals.
And the probes collect, just like others, and you have your supply, which is one less than Terran. Now the thing with Protoss is you can use Chrono Boost from the Nexus, which is like your main hub, your main building. And so, I will use that to get out units quicker. As you will see, I used Chrono Boost and it got quicker. Now, I need to create a pylon, which is like a supply depot. 1 second. Yeah, so these are your supply. They're also your powering system. Like Terran, where you can place it everywhere. Just like Terran. Okay. Like Terran, how you can place it everywhere, but with Toss, you can only place it in the range of your So yeah, Gateway is where you're gonna get most of your units. Actually, that's where you get your units. And you can also make a forge. I hope I didn't make. And no, I can't get out. So I'll fix that sooner or later. For gas, you will go get an assemblator, which is on the first page. Now, once you got your gateway, you'll be able to make the first unit, like Terran. You can make the first unit. That will be called a zealot. I will be making 2. Okay. Next, I want to get probes on gas. And yes. Alright. Okay. Sorry. I've had a stressed out day. So this is Toss. Once you got your gateway out, you can make a cybernetics core. Still on the first page. Okay? And then cybernetics core will allow you to make more units further in depth with it. Now forge allows you to upgrade your units. And I just supply block myself.
You must construct additional pylons.
Forge allows you to make To upgrade your units, you can upgrade ground weapons, armor, and shields. Protoss is different. They have shields and cannot regenerate their health through medics or just generating health. But they do have shields which regenerate over time. A forge can also give you a cannon, and they can detect invisible units, shoot air and ground, which in my opinion is overpowered. But that is no matter. Once you got your cybercore out, it's important to research warp gate. That is probably the main thing that I'm pretty sure almost every Protoss gets. And then you want to get lots of gateways, which I will explain as it goes on. Yeah, so these are cannons. You can see they do quite well. I'm just gonna let them destroy this one. See? They're a detector and they do 20 damage with a range of 7. I'm going to expand right now to that location. And now get a stalker. Once you got a cybercore, you can get a sentry and a stalker. I will be getting both. Okay. Now what you can start researching your ground weapons. Now once you also got a cybercore, you can go onto your second page, where you can get a Stargate, which is air, a robotics facility, which none can attack air, even though one unit is air. And then a Twilight Council, which will allow you to get upgrades for your stalkers and zealots. So I will be getting. Oh, I'm being attacked, and I am fine. Yeah. That stalker is in trouble.
We are one with the shadows.
But I need to make sure I am okay. So once I will be getting a Twilight Council, and I'll get all of them for now. Now, since Warp Gate is done, you can select all your gateways by double-clicking and hit G, or spam G. And as you can see, they'll be all turned into warp gates. Now, if you hit W, it'll select all your warp gates, and if you use the hotkeys like S, I can get a handful of stalkers with me. As you can see, I just spawned in 4 stalkers. Now there is a delay on it, so be aware of that. There is a delay, and that is quite important. Now, I'll talk about the Twilight Council first. Once you got your Twilight Council out, one second, I'm just gonna add on a couple more gateways. Once you got, I'll start with the Twilight Council. Once you got that out, you have 2 researches. It also allows you to further upgrade at the forge. One is Blink, which will allow these stalkers, which are these guys, which can shoot air and ground, and they're really good to teleport. They're pretty important. Now, I haven't talked about these guys yet, and they're quite important too. Also, at the Cybernetics Core, you can also research air upgrades, attacking, etc. And yes, that is pretty important. One sec.
You require more SP gas.
Now these sentries, you can, once you get a cybercar, you can get. They attack, but they only do like 7 damage, which is pretty bad. But they're a spellcaster, and a pretty good one at it. With one, I will demonstrate.
We stand as one.
With one. Sorry. Okay. Trying to work on my macro. I haven't played Toss in a while. With one, which is called force field. Say it's a PvP, Protoss versus Protoss.
Research complete.
I don't know what research I researched. Say they're attacking you. I can block it with a force field, which will make him go around it.
Upgrade complete.
And if you do it just perfectly, you can block him right in. So that you can give yourself time. Now there's also, you can also use hold G, or hit G. And that will reduce the incoming range damage, which is very important. And yeah, so once you got, now I've researched Blink. Now, if I select all my stalkers and bring them all together, I will now have Blink. Now if I hit B and select an area, they can now teleport. Now there is a 15-second delay, I think 10-second delay before I can teleport again. So say they attacked and I won.
Very well.
I could be chasing them and they could be farther ahead. Just blink ahead and you could get them. And that's pretty good. And now next there is charge. So select all your gateways and spawn some zealots. That will allow these guys to like make a dash. So you see when they attack just slowly like this. They will make a dash and destroy it a lot more quicker than as they normally would. And that's also very important. At the Robo facility, you can make an observer, which is one of the best scouters in the game, or at least in my opinion. The observer is an invisible air unit that can scout but does no damage. It does not attack. Now I'm also going to show you another sentry ability. You have to research this at the cyber core. It's called hallucination. It can make it so if you can spawn a fake unit like a Colossus, which I will explain later what that is, and it's there for 60 seconds. To your enemy, it doesn't look purple. It looks like what it would normally, unless they have an observer or a detector, and it looks like it's doing damage, but it actually isn't. So it's kind of like a distraction. Yes. So next, now that I've got my zealots charged, you can see now that if you send them into attack, it will go like this. You'll see that they made a dash. Now that dash was pretty important because it increases their normal default speed, and also increases a small bit of damage they do. Now from the robotics facility, I've got observer. Now you can see it looks invisible. That's because it is, to the enemy at least, unless they have a detector. And so yeah, it's a good scout, and I'll explain further. Next is a warp prism from the robots facility. I will be playing an expansion here, here, and here. And then I'll come back there.
Mineral field depleted.
Now that, okay. And then I think I've got, okay. Now my observer is invisible. It can see what my enemy has and what it's doing. These marauders attacked me a lot on earlier, and that's why they have low health. I can see that he's finally making his orbital command, but that's because he is on very easy AI. Now these missile turrets that he's making, they can see my observer. So I want to be careful about that. And I can see that I think he's going to attack me right now. So I am going to move these zealots forward. And I will show you what they can do. And I think I just went around them, but... Okay, let me show you. They're quite effective, as you can see. And it goes quite well. And I think I will just do another round of zealots. And just send them in. So yeah, that's what the observer does. The next is the warp prism, which I will show. But first of all, I need pylons. Because I need places to put stuff. Because they power it. So even though zealots are the lowest tier, like many, like the Marines in Terran, they're still very helpful and they're still very useful. Next is a warp prism. It can transport units, as you can see if I put it on the hotkey, and oh no, pick up and drop off. It can transport units, and it also has a power up. So say, I'm actually going to show you right here. I'll move it towards there. He is scut with that. And I will just warp in. I need a lot more gateways, because those are pretty important. And I'll just get a bunch of gateways. And yeah, so I can warp in a lot. Now I want to back this away, so I can show you what you can do. If you hit E, it immobilizes it, but turns into a small pylon. Doesn't give you the supply, but it allows you to warp in units. As you can see, I'm warping in stalkers. And I will use these stalkers to do some harassment. And using the power of Blink Micro, I can show you how it's supposed to be done. So, I can see this is where its army is, and because of that, I can blink right here. Now I am up here, and I am causing harassment. He is going to win, so I am going to blink that way, hopefully. Okay, so that is what the warp prism does. The next, that is the immortal. Immortals, and remember, all of these cannot attack air. So that's pretty important to know. They cannot attack air at all. So I'm also going to warp in some zealots and turn all of these gateways into warp gates as I spam G. But immortals, they are really good for versus armored units. They do, I believe, 45 damage versus armored units. And you can see I got my zealots, and I'm going to do a giant zealot harass, which I think will work good. But they are going... Now, this army should be destroyed by my zealots. And it is on very easy, so that's probably why. And yes, it did indeed. But I'll just throw them away. Yeah, so now I can go send those to mine over here. Now, the next part is, so yeah, they're immortals. Let's see if he has any army. I'll just make him stand still so they can get destroyed. Immortals do a lot damage, so versus armored. This is an armored cannon. Versus it, they do you can see how quickly that goes down. You can see how quickly they destroyed it. Alright, so I can join them. And just 2 can take it down that quickly. So they're very important. Yeah, they're very, very useful. Now next, we will go on to Stargate. At the Stargate, there is the first tier is the Phoenix. And that will allow you to get an only air, but it has a special ability that will allow you to pick up ground units. Yes. Okay. I'm just gonna warp in some more stalkers.
You must place
Okay, now once you got the Twilight Council down, now this is a Phoenix. Now I'm just going to get a couple more because that's quite important. Now once you got the Twilight Council down, or the Robo, or the Stargate, if you got the Twilight Council, you'll be allowed to make Templar Archives, which will give you High Templars and Archons, and then you can also make a DT Shrine. DTs are very overpowered. Yes. So, now once you got Stargate, you can make a Fleet Beacon, which will allow you to get carriers, which are going to be taken out in the next Starcraft game. Now once you got a Roblox facility, you can make Colossuses. Those will be also, those are like all the other Robo facility, excuse me, that was horrible, units. Okay, now these are Phoenixes. Now they can only attack air, but they have a special ability. If you hit G, you can see what it does. And you can see I'm being attacked, and I will actually use these Phoenixes to win. Because I can get, and I will pick up, if you spam G, you can pick up the units, like the Marines, and you can pick them up and shoot them. Though I did fail, I will just take my stalkers and destroy it. Because they did fail indeed. And that was okay. That was the end of their attack. So those are Phoenixes. Next are Void Rays. Void Rays are really good in mass, or at least I think so. High Templars and DTs can be accessed from the gateway. You can research Psionic Storm at the Templar Archives. That is very important. Now, let me show you what a DT is. They do cost lots of gas, but they are invisible and do a big tons of damage. But they have hardly any health. As you can see, they only have 40. Now, let me show you how quickly this will go down. This is just a normal building with 1500 health. That went down just like that. Now they have a detector, which is that thing in the air, and it destroyed them. Now next would be High Templars, which is the hotkey is T. That's what I thought.
upgrade complete.
Now once you got the Templar Archives, you can turn High Templars and DTs into Archons. Those are really good against biological, and they have 350 shields, but only 10 health. So they last really long in battle. Let me show you. They will easily destroy that. They can attack air and ground, but once their shields are destroyed, they almost instantly die. As you can see, they are really good. Now, High Templars can't attack except they have a special ability. They can use Psionic Storm once you research it. That will create a storm of damage. If you allow me. So I wasn't able to do it. But there it was right there. And you can see I'm being attacked. And I will bring in some stalkers. And they will destroy it. But the other one is called feedback. And that allows them to drain all the energy from it. All the energy from the from like the unit, and every time it drains one energy, it drains 1 health. So that's really good. Now, void rays can attack air and ground, and let me show you. Let me show you what they will do. I don't know if I'll win this, so I can always just. Actually, I probably will. I want them to focus on the Vikings, and they can charge up their attack, so that the more they shoot, the stronger their attack becomes. And that one void ray is almost destroyed, but oh, they did destroy it indeed. I did not see that coming. Yeah, so I'll just do that and then send them all here. So yeah, that's what Void Ray is. They're really good too. This cast is really bad though. So once you got a fleet beacon, which is right here, you can research entering something that allows the phoenixes to get more range, and graviton catapult, which will allow carriers, which are these things that I'll be making, which are the massive unit, the best air unit, in the Protoss arsenal, to create their attacking unit quicker. Now once you got the robotics bay, you'll be able to upgrade your speeds and range of your Colossuses. Or, well, the speed of your observers, which are the invisibles, and the speed of your war prisms, which are the war prisms, which can transport units. And as you can see, they've got if I win this, that'd be very surprising. I just might win. Oh, it is not close at all. But yes, that's what a Void Ray is. As I can see, I'll just let it die. Okay. So that's what Void Ray is. Now, this cast is right there, I'm sorry. But this is a Colossus. They, again, cannot shoot air because they are from the Robo Bay, but they do really good amount of splash damage, which is really good when armies are clumped up and you have many of them. Now carriers are really good for the reason that my base is getting destroyed. But carriers are really good because they when they attack, all these little bug things come out. Well, they don't look like bug things, but as I stop, and all the armies are focused on those things, so that they can't really. So unless guided or told to attack the specific carriers, that is what happens. And that's pretty much the basic tutorial of them. Except I have one more thing to show you. And oh no, I should probably do this. High Templars have an ability called feedback, and that allows them to drain a certain amount of energy. And and every time the amount they drain of energy, they deal damage. So I will just warp in some units and destroy this army very easily. Which 1, 2, 3. You saw I destroyed those air units, even though they can't attack air. They destroyed them with the slice of ease,
Justice be done.
and that's because of their abilities. So you have to use the abilities wisely. Now I'm just going to finish the game. That is the tutorial for Protoss. I'm sorry if the cast was a bit down. I didn't have the best day, and it's all yes. But you can watch me have fun and play Starcraft in a game that we will all love and share as a lovely game forever, because that's what we do. And I think I got everything. Yep. So have fun playing Protoss. This is going to be the how to play Protoss. I'll just show you how good this army is with 3 upgrades, which is the max upgrades. Those rocks will go down that quickly. Which is, I thought that was about a second or 2. Now let's see how good it really is. I'm just gonna send in zealots. Okay, those stalkers in the middle are getting pushed, so I'll just bring them all. Oh! So you can see how I lost 1 unit. I've lost 1 unit so far. And I will just destroy this base right now. And you can see how easily destructible it is once I send in. And, well, yes, that is the Starcraft 2 Protoss tutorial. Again, I apologize for the slump. Thank you for watching. I wish you guys a good Thursday, as this was recorded on a Wednesday, but given to you on a Thursday, because that's the way I like it. Yeah, bye.